at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Hari Hari Bo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Hari Bo. Hari Bo. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Hari Hari Bo. Hari Bo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his praying. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Hari Bo, Hari Bo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is take to the sweet chanting of his name. Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Yashamati Nandana Brajapadanagara. Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jehovah Adonai, Yahweh Jesus Christ. Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Rajachana Palana.
Hare Krishna, welcome. Here we are again. Bliss.
OGEbeats.com.
The Bliss Path. Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, 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 Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Asadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda.
OGEbeats.com.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Oh my Lord Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Jito, welcome, my friend. Thank you for coming.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Nityananda, Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Gauranga. Oh my Lord, Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga.
Purchase your tracks today.
Nityananda Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda Gauranga, Gauranga. Hare Krishna,
Purchase your
Krishna,
tracks today.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama.
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama.
Beats by SV.com.
Krishna, 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 Krishna. Are you ready? Ooh. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hey, come on live there, Amy. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Come on, Amy, I want to see you rock out. I want to see you shake. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, okay. No problem. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Get your bead bags out. Let's chant some japa here. Turn your microphones on. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
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 Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Rama, Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Hare Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare Rama
Rama, Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare
Rama
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama, Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama
Krishna, Krishna,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
Rama Hare Krishna Hare
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare
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 Rama
Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna Hare
Rama
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama
Hare Krishna
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare
Rama
Rama
Rama Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna
Hari Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare
Krishna
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 Hari
Hare
Krishna 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 Hari Hari
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama Hare Rama
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 Rama Hari
Hare
Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
So you have to mute your mics, people, because we're into another portion here. Okay. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhaktavinda. Oh, thank you. Music. Mute your mics, everybody. Mute your mics. Chaitanya Bhagavat. Page, where were we? Yeah, page 22, the wonderful qualities of Nityananda. All glories to Sri Gaur Chandra, who is an ocean of mercy. He is the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He's an ocean of mercy. Yeah, this path is so wonderful that the Lord will deliver people like quickly. That's mercy, man. Everybody's practically lost in illusion in so many ways, so much darkness everywhere. Look at the time we're in too. And the Lord, this is really, it's like, it's just such a great time. It's just, you can very easily, become free of all these terrible, dark things that happen in this universe. Sometimes there's light, sometimes there's darkness. It's like in the world, there's a lot of beauty in the world, right? And a lot of ugliness. There's a lot of nectar and a lot of poison. But ultimately, it's really all poison. Even what is beautiful, it poisons you because you start to think it's real. That's the problem. And then things switch around. See, everything is always moving in the material world. It's always transforming. Yeah, so one day you have a great situation, everything is wonderful, and then all of a sudden it's terrible. It's like here, all of a sudden in 2020, everything changed. What happened there? All of a sudden this thing, what never happened before. Everything just switches. Hey, that goes on in the universe. It oscillates like that. In the material universe, there's goodness, there's passion, and there's ignorance. And these modes are changing things. When things are, the mode of passion is increased, then a lot of havoc and a lot of misery is going on. A lot of building too, people building things. And then ignorance comes in there. When that's predominant, a lot of destroying goes on. Things that you've built, things that you've had high hopes for. Maybe a big family. You know how many people in their family thing, your family members are dying now, just all of a sudden. You call it sudden death. Now you just keep hearing more of this stuff happening because the modes of ignorance are prominent. It's been predicted in the Bible. In the New Testament, Jesus said, he said, there'll be a time when there'll be great deception, great hypocrisy. See, this age of Kali has the qualities of hypocrisy, laziness, and everyone is misguided. Isn't that funny? More or less misguided, except here. Where are you going to get a better guide? I'm just telling you what's in the book. I love this. I mean, this book is so great. It is the greatest book, Srimad Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Leela and all these books. It is the greatest light in this world, and I ain't ashamed to say it, man. And that's why people who come here, they make tremendous advancements spontaneously, and other places not. I just got a message from Janine. She went with Janardhan to visit the ISKCON temple. He wanted to show her the difference. It was great. She said, wow, what a wake-up call that was. She said, what a difference. Such dry chanting. See, that dry chanting ain't going to overcome the miseries of this world. No, that you need a stronger thing. Even Prabhupada taught that Varnashram Dharma, you can't do it perfectly and it's not good, strong enough. You need the mercy of Lord Caitanya. Hey, man, wake up, man. It's time to understand what real Krishna consciousness is about. It's about the mercy of Lord Caitanya. He's the avatar of the age. I tell you, you guys out there, as you go, as we all go deeper into this, you'll be like the Christians going around talking about Jesus and even more. They know why he came and in his importance. Lalita actually did this. Oh, it's interesting. She mentioned this stuff in the class. We should be shouting from the rooftops. But that'll happen because, it's what else is there but the mercy of Lord Caitanya? Has no meaning. To advancing in spiritual life, there is no meaning, you TikTokers. The clock is ticking and talking. Yeah, there's no meaning of advancing in spiritual life in any other way. The Kali Yuga influences too much. You're bewildered on every front. Your gurus out there, I tell you, man, I see people think these gurus are great. I see that they're all full of bullshit. You got no power, man. All they got the power is some charisma. They speak of flowery words about God, and you end up going into the Brahman in the name of Vaishnavism. People are misguided on all fronts. This is the best place I've ever seen for guidance. And there's no pretense, unpretentious. You just get a clear bead on what is the kingdom of God on its highest aspect, deepest aspect. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's very great. I love this. I was inspired yesterday to take a walk with that. So I called it Christian. I've always felt a little kind of strange, but I felt there was some lesson. Sometimes you got to just follow your heart. I felt there's something, but I just feel like I need to maybe talk to her a little bit. So this Christian lady, and I learned so much. These people need help. These Christians need help. My God. And she was she signed in her own blood with Jesus, and I could see has a relation with Christ. He's her all in all. But my man, do they need help, man? I asked her, how you doing? And it was like 3 hours of her telling me, this and that. And, I listened, and then she talked about Jesus. He was lighting up, and it was great, It was great. Yeah. And then she finally asked me, how are you doing? And I said, oh, well, great. I wanted to share, and I start sharing, and she couldn't believe it. She thought I was like, I mean, I didn't even get a few words out because I would just want to share my joy and all this. Hey, why don't you tell me some negative things? You can't be happy. Like, I feel my life is fantastic with Lord Caitanya. You know? No, I don't believe it. Tell me something negative. I said, well, okay, but I can't just drum it up, you know. I just, I don't feel negative. I feel it was my joy to share. Oh, no. I don't believe you. I just like, my God, so judgmental, you know. And I said, hey, listen, man, what is it? You invalidate my experience and all that. What kind of communication can we have? You know? Yeah, she had the Holy Spirit, everything, but still they need shiksha, man. They need purification. Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. And I said, you know, how are we going to communicate? You know, it's like you look at you judging. It's like heavy judgments in the mind. And I was just thinking to tell her, like, you know, hey man, don't you judge not, lest ye shall be judged. You know, and she was just judging herself and her own, you know, like judgment, you know, like thinking like that and not open. And then she said, well, you know, you worship at first she said, oh, okay, I'll listen to about Krishna and all that stuff. And then, you worship a false god, the god of India, and I don't believe in it. I said, oh, okay, well, fine. You know, yeah, you're just a baby, you know, you just, and you're not open to listening. So, okay, we'll see you later. Nice meeting. I'm glad I met you, but, you know, this is as far as we can go because, hey, you're not interested in Lord Caitanya. And you don't even believe I can't even share what I am experiencing with it. That's boom, you know, just, you know, said, have a nice life. That's what I say to everybody, even that, the Maria, oh, you're not interested in Krishna anymore. It's not your path. You don't like chanting. Oh, okay, have a nice life, you know. And she goes off probably to Argentina. And then I seen on her face, because I checked, you know, oh, friends for years, you know, they're all into this thing, you know, like it's forever with their friends, if they're, you know, and it's just this big illusion.
Material.
Huh? Yeah, material.
Material.
Nothing strong enough, even though she has some relation, you know, she's got, you know, connection and nice person and all that. But they need help, but they don't know it. That's why the Lord will send whoever they send. And it's great, man. I just deal with them. Even if they're problems and all, if they have faith in what we're doing, hey, we can work with that. But the faithless, and you can tell, okay, you're on this path, and okay, great, man, have a good life, man. Moving on. Look, you know what you do? What happens when you do like this? I'm noticing. You create a vacuum, so there's people can come in that are otherwise there's no room for them. See. That's why people got to change here. I'm sorry, man. You can't just be a mean person and a selfish. That has to go, man. You know, so that the new people can. So you either change or you'll push yourself out. You'll become offensive and Guru Aparad, Vaishnava Aparad. People will start blocking you, and you wonder why are they blocking me? Well, that's why, because you need to transform. That's just how it is, man. You know. And then because, you know, Krishna sends, actually in nature abhors a vacuum. So people will come that really want this and are sharers, you know. Lord Chaitanya's mood is to share this bhakti with others, not push them away. Yeah. Yeah. And if anybody's like that, I'll just say, well, you just have to, I have to deal with you like Kalya. You know, Krishna has all the patterns there. If you got a strong bent on envy, jealousy, and everything, and you see, Kalya had faith in Krishna. When he was purified, he had faith in Krishna, but he still had that envious, jealous bent, you know, and which is demoniac, actually. He said, well, you have to stay on the outskirts. So if you're good with that, everybody can change if they want. But if that's the way you are in your nature, I'll just have to keep you on the outskirts, like I did with some other persons, you know. You stay in there. I don't reject anybody, and especially if you like what we do. If you like what we do and what's being going on here, but you can't care for the other devotees properly, and you chase, stuff like that, I'll just have to keep you on the outskirts till you learn your lesson or something. I don't know, man. I just got to, one of my hats is what? A manager. I have to, I have to manage this somehow so we all stay together. I can't just let your anartas and your things push people out and cause problems for the devotees. We got to kind of manage things so that people stay together as close and you got to be careful. You got to learn this. You got to be even in our Sangha, you got to be as close to the devotees or as distant as appropriate so you don't get contaminated. Don't just run right into everybody just because they're part of the Sangha. You have to see in their consciousness how it's affecting you. Because people are in the shower here at different levels. This is intelligence. We're doing something that is very rarely done, and it's working. See, because I'm using the conceptions in these books. They work when they're properly applied. Bhaktivinoda taught that. Give me the intelligence, he prayed. Give me the intelligence so that I can deal appropriately with different Vaishnavas or people, everybody. How close can you come? You don't have to completely reject, but you don't have to completely be, like that. You got to know, moderate, modify. Yeah, Lalita's learning these things too. Yeah, go ahead there, Lalita.
Yeah, I like what Janardana says. I definitely want to change for the benefit of the devotees. Really have this group feeling, being good to work together.
Yeah. And it's not this communist thing in the world, in the world they want to, you do for the benefit of the group thing. You're actually doing it for the benefit of yourself, the benefit of your relationships with others. Because, you think it's an individual thing and for the group too, but mainly for your own self. Otherwise, when you start getting blocked by people, and then you're in denial of it, you're only being blocked because of how you relate to people. Are you pushy? Are you like a isolationist, sectarian? In a sense, like, or you just want your guru for yourself and nobody else can get. That kind of mentality. That's the transformation. Otherwise, I'll just have to deal. So, some people I put on more of a distance and then they go away. But what are you going to do? Like that one, I think Karuna, he doesn't come by or anything anymore. So, but anyway, that just is what it is. I mean, what are you going to do? You got to, you got to deal appropriately with different people. And I told him, you got so. And that, and it's all destiny anyway. Maybe he needs, or other people need to do different things for a while to learn the value of what's going on here. This is a precious jewel here. This is we got jewel-like, look at the devotees here. I mean, my God, look at the ecstasy that the devotees have, many of them. That means they've been chosen by the Lord, for him to be vessels for this, for that supreme personality of Godhead, Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna. Oh my God, are you kidding? What a great privilege for us. Yeah. It takes the whole to learn team. Yeah, it takes the whole team to win the game. Yeah, exactly. That's Lord Caitanya came with his devotees. And there was the pastimes together with the devotees. We learn from the devotees' relationship with Lord Caitanya. If there is no devotee relationship with Krishna or Lord Caitanya, who's the same, then there's no learning about our relationship. You need the role model of the devotees. See, and it's not enough in the book. People, it just goes right over their head. You need to see it now, man. That's a living guru. That's why these poor Vaitis, they'll stay like that and they'll die in that dry state, external bhakti, and misdirected more or less because their gurus can't help them beyond that. This is their only real chance. There ain't no place like this. No place. I was in all the groups, all the main groups. No place like this. Yeah. This is the clearest I've seen of teaching, of going, like really in harmony with Lord Caitanya and his family, and where people become a fan. How do you know? Well, you like reading this book, huh? You can relate to it. These qualities give you life and happiness. Well, that's because this is God. That's the greatest treasure you'll get here, is a relationship with these books where you can feel these verses, and these verses give you life, and they're your life and soul. There you go, man. You got companion forever. Who do you think Narada Muni's companion is? Is the absolute truth and relishing it. That is the greatest. Nobody knows what the pearl of great price is. It's just what I said. It's the relish of God, the taste for the Lord, the taste for his name, the taste just to chant his name, to chant the devotees' names, and relish the great expansion of bliss and happiness in your own heart that goes on deeper forever. That's what you get here. That's wealth. Yeah. See, that's what the Lord came to show, and that's what he wants to give. And you need a role model, not gurus who don't taste this ecstasy. That's why these poor devotees stay dry. Their gurus are dry. They don't taste this treasure. This treasure is everything. It makes the rasa dance. Otherwise, there's no rasa dance. The dance between the devotees' love and the communing with the Lord. There's no dance in this world. No divine dance. It's just some more or less mundane material Vaishnavism, Varnashram Dharma. No real dance between our soul and God on the stage of this world. Go ahead, Lily.
Sorry, Guru Maharaj, you were talking about this ecstasy of the Christians, and I'm always a little bit curious. Are there not different levels in the Christians? Because you have been with a group that were very happy, isn't it? Or was it also an illusion?
It's all mixed, all of it. There's not much different levels. I would say they're called the ecstatic ones. I would say low-level Madhyamadikari. Madhyamadikari, love for God awakens. But they still don't know, and they don't take it. They don't have advanced association. So it's just like, it could say, you look at the Vaidhi level. The Vaidhi level is they have Vaidhi gurus. And the gurus are also more or less material. They just studied a few more verses, maybe took initiation earlier, so they have a higher position. But they're not devotionally awakened. So that's the idea, blind leading the blind. They stay at that level. They can't help each other very well. Well, it's the same thing. Say they were awakened by Jesus or by a madhyam. A madhyam, you guys can also awaken the bhakti in some people. But the madhyam, the opening, but they're the ones who open them a little bit, or they're open, they can't take them very far because they're both pretty much on the same level. So that's the problem. They need shiksha, and they won't. This like this lady. She'll more or less stay like she is. She'll have this feeling with Jesus. She'll open it. This makes an impression. But who's going to teach her? She's not open, right? No, she can't even associate. She's higher than many Christians. She says, they're like babies. But she's not open to this teaching, and she's just staying in that, all those stuff, and not open to listening. Right? So, I was like that. But I was open to, getting shiksha from Prabhupada's books. I could understand them because of bhakti. So yeah. So that's kind of how it works, like that. Yeah. So
they can communicate with the Lord. They can go into a deep communion and have this, but they are not happy all the time. They don't carry that spirit inside like we do.
well, the spirit is inside, but it's not clear. Like they don't have more knowledge about how to do it more often, maybe, or they don't understand the alloys. They don't understand what is the standard of pure devotional service.
No
It's not
rasas,
clear. Yeah, they don't know rasa tattva. They don't know all these things. So that's why Lord Caitanya came. So either you take advantage or you don't. When they die, they go, where Jesus is, and what the teaching can go on or not. I don't know, whatever. Everybody's a free being to interact. Even with Jesus, Jesus said to his disciples then, "I have more to tell you, but you can't bear it." Why would he say that? Because they wouldn't accept it. They can't bear it. It's too much. Just like it was too much for this lady. I can't even say, I can't even share my joy. Brings up all kinds of crazy ideas and speculations and judgments and all. She's living still. See, mixture in the mental plane. See, can't get beyond that. Yeah. Yeah. So,
Thank you.
So Lalita, read a little bit there.
Okay, but I forgot the page.
Oh, the page. The page is 495.
Oh,
You can start at the beginning again.
okay then. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Guru Maharaj. Oh, glory. Oh, glories to you. Jaya, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya, Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Oh, glories. Oh, glories to Sri Vishvambara, the Lord of all the Vaishnava devotees. You bring the living entities back to your fold by giving them devotional service. The
Yeah,
Lord
you see, bring them back to the fold by giving them pure devotionals, not just any devotion. Well, you could say in the distant future, these people will be in the fold, but they're not harmonized. They don't appreciate ecstatic devotion. How do you know? Well, because we're here, because that's where we live on that. That is our life and soul. See? So you could say Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti Vinod, they're bringing people in increments back into the fold. Whether they last, they may not last. They may become Buddhists, because until you're bonded emotionally with the Lord, then you can always go somewhere else, right? You can go and latch onto this and latch onto that, whatever, and bond with it. See? So and Prabhupada called that the neophyte position. That's not a safe position. He said Majjhimadikari is safe. Why? Well, because like even with Jesus, if she, like that lady, I said, example of many Christians, they bonded with Jesus, that's permanent. They know it's impressed in their soul. See? So Majjhimadikari, the awakening of love of your particular deity. See? Love of Christ, love of Krishna. See, we here making Majjhima, when you bond with the Lord, sometimes even people, they'll remember that. They also, sometimes they leave here and they get mixed again, with the Vaidhi and this, and then they get all, kind of confused. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
The Lord performed his supra-mundane pastimes in Navadvip, hidden from the vision of the gross materialist. He went to different devotees.
Yeah, there's no way to go beyond the mundane except you got to go super mundane. Supra means beyond, I guess. Something, it must mean beyond. So you got to go beyond the mundane. But how are you going to do that? You can't even, they couldn't even recognize Lord Caitanya. The common people, unless they had connection with a real relative of Lord Caitanya, you had no entrance. They're the door. Even that's why the Christians don't know the door. The door is the devotee who has a relationship with the Lord, where they got it in either this life or a previous one. You got to go through the door. That's how easy it could be. And this is not taught in religion. They say, no, go directly, go directly, and all that. But it doesn't work. That's why they don't get off the material platform. You got to go through the door, the devotees relationship. You got to go through the relative. See, relative, relation. You got to be a friend of the devotee. You got to be usually a disciple. Otherwise, you won't listen to them. You'll think you're an equal or something. That's why, everybody that comes here that has that friend, I don't want to be a disciple. I just want to be a friend. They never get much value, or they end up leaving. Because where's the receptiveness? You think you know as much as here? Are you kidding? You're kidding yourself. See? And therefore you can't take, this is to be received. This is a process, man. This is a particular process that works. Arjuna, you see, even all the books are always explaining the same thing. Arjuna, because you are my disciple, you are my devotee and my friend. See? Friend too comes along, but you don't become friend first. That's Mayavadi contamination, wanting to be equal with God. It shows up by wanting to be equal with Guru. The Guru is God on this plane, right? That'll trigger a few people. Well, truth is truth. If you got a real guru, that's God on this plane. And the same thing happens. If you want to understand the verses, you look at that guru, man. I can quote you the verses. To those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. The Lord says, only I in my form as a devotee can be like that. When I descend in my human form, fools deride me. Well, when you got a real guru, you watch how many of the fools deride them. Right? When they're preaching. I mean, if I kept my mouth shut, nothing would happen, right? See, all the verses apply because the devotee, people have no idea the relationship between a devotee and God. It is so close, it'll blow your mind. It's almost like, is this a devotee or is this God? Is this a devotee or is this the Lord speaking to me?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the real tea. You got to meet somebody like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll never know the verse, in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God, simultaneously one and different. Even in the Bible's preaching that. That's why I always love the Bible. It's conclusive. I read that verse and boom, I'm in the kingdom of God. That's what devotees are. You just naturally love God's word. It lifts you into the kingdom.
Because of the truth. Because of the truth. Because of the depth of the truth.
Yeah. That's why only the devotee that the Lord chooses and to give himself, and because the devotee gives himself or herself to the Lord, and they have this very intimate relationship. It's the Lord speaks just like a flute. What is the difference between the Lord playing the flute and the sound? You see the interrelationship between it. You need them all. And it's very close to the Lord playing the flute, right? He's got his lips right on the flute. And the lips, the silver flute also has lips, right? They're kissing like that.
Yeah.
That's the conjugal. That's the intimate level. Yeah. These teachings have never been taught before. Never. I mean, they're all hidden in the Vedas. That's why this is all new. This we explain what has been said before and bring forth new things. Why? Because the Lord is He's full of it, man. Full of it, all of it. And if you look on the broad perspective, He's full of bullshit too. But you don't want to follow the bullshit for Him, man, you know. That's for the people in prison, you know, that don't come in through the door and become a relative. You don't come in this door, you don't get in. You don't come onto the, you know, maybe Jesus said the Father, but we have our friend. You're not coming to my friend, you know, my beloved, unless you come through here or some other authorized devotee, but they're so rare, you probably should just come through here. I didn't see anybody that I was impressed with. Yeah. Where are you going to get this kind of knowledge? Where are you going to get this kind of bhakti? Where are you going to get this kind of closeness? What, from Radhanath? They're all teaching external bhakti. That's all they can do. That's all they're inspired. Okay, that's fine. You're serving the Prabhupada on that level. Okay. Any greedy people here? Any greedy? Don't you got greedy or more? You want to, you know, relish this? I come here for this. I come here for the depth. I love depth. Deep. I'm going to go deep, penetrate God.
They are not hungry.
Go ahead, what?
They are not hungry.
Yeah. Well, you come here, you get hungry, man. You see people eating, big feast here. After a while, you might think, hey, man, I also want to eat some of this. One lady, she's with that guy with the tilak that goes like this.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, here. Yeah, with a tilak like that and pictures, you could see charismatic, you know, handsome looking guy.
Visharanda.
Yeah. You know, and see, I can just tell how she expresses herself. She's not getting a clear thing. I mean, sort of. I mean, she's hungry. She's, I want knowledge. I just want knowledge. I want knowledge. And I said, you want knowledge? You should attend our Sadhu Sanghas, because here we teach you that you'll get knowledge when your devotion is increased. See? Otherwise, her guru cannot break her through that level. It's good she's got some hunger there, but it's not clear. She thinks she wants knowledge, you know, like information stuff. But what she really wants is this devotion. Because with the devotion, you get the knowledge. Without the devotion, you'll never get the knowledge, not the deep stuff. You'll be inconclusive. See, conclusiveness brings the real knowledge. Conclusiveness is the real knowledge, and acting conclusively, being in a society of pure devotees who have this pure devotion. See, automatically knowledge is just awakened, you know, and that's not knowledge just comes along with this devotional relationship, you know, relishing the ecstatic closeness and bliss with the Lord, you know, see, and knowledge just boop. It's like burping, boop. Knowledge, boop, knowledge. Amy says, I agree. Read that, Tom. What does Amy say?
I agree.
I'm gonna make a thing. Amy said.
Amy Rose said, I agree. They must not be hungry enough. You were starving like me. It's so much better because then you will accept this gourmet 5-course meal in a heartbeat, quite literally.
Yeah. That's how it is when you're really hungry and greedy. That's the only price for this. is greed. And the thing is, if people come here regularly, you'll just get the greed automatically, because there ain't anything better than this in devotional service.
So greed means prioritizing.
Yeah, yeah. And if you come here, you'll get the perspective. Otherwise, you don't know. You think this dry thing is life. You know, you need a perspective. You need to go where it's actually juicy. You know, was it Janine? She went to the ISKCON temple and saw the chanting there, and she came from this place here. So, wow, what a big difference. See, but what if you didn't have this experience here, and you go to that? You think, well, I guess that's what it is. You'll either be attracted or not. You know, some people are attracted, but could you imagine if they spent a month here and see this kind of chanting and this kind of information and knowledge of the Vedas and having classes like this? But see, unless they got the mercy of Krishna by having some greed, they're not ready. So we just, whoever the Lord will send. I'm not gonna lower the standard by compromising. No way. Yeah. Let them compromise. That's because you're all compromised by Maya still. No, we don't compromise with Maya. Just straight out truth now. You can't take it? Well, then go. There's other teachers out there. Even here, sometimes people come in, they want to control guru. You know, they want me to say what they want. They say, oh, if you're too much like that, oh yeah, the Lord will send you to a guru to control. They're out there. You can go control them. See, the devotees here, even my disciples, are controlled by love now. Loving relations. This is the whole point. That's your freedom, isn't it? Aren't you free in your relationship, Lalita? You're free in your relationship with Krishna. Nobody can control you or tell you what you should do or not do. No, because you're free in that relationship. Maya, she won't even, more and more, she doesn't even bother to try. Because she, once you have sufficient tests that you're with this and this is it and you're really clear, okay, she's done with you. She'll even reject you. They don't even want to be with you. Oh, thank you very much. Free me.
Have a lot of hatred over me, yeah?
We don't want to be with you. Okay, great. Thank you. More freedom now. Yeah, free of these people.
Too much truth and they leave you alone.
Yeah, leave you alone. Yeah. Like this Christian lady, I think she had some other motives and stuff like this. And they were not very clean either. It's like, that's the problem. You get mixed, they get mixed. And so when she said that rejected, as soon as I hear this rejection of this path and blaspheming the path and everything, oh, okay, great. Thank you. Krishna freed me from that. I want to just deal with people, the Lord sends. I love it. The nice people that are ready for they want this, the greedy ones. If you're not greedy, well, go out there. You'll develop it. See, Maya helps you with the greed. If you're looking for Krishna and everything, and you can't get it fully satisfied following these different gurus and paths, then ultimately the mercy thickens like that, your desire, and then you get the real guru who will bring you deeply into the kingdom. Oh yeah, go ahead, read on.
Okay. So the Lord, he performed his supra-mundane. Now I know at least what it means because you explained it. Supra, more than mundane. Supra-mundane pastimes, innovative.
Can you imagine? That is such a deep thing. How can you go into that super mundane pastimes of Lord Caitanya without having the entrance here? That's why the Lord comes, to give entrance with his devotees. And often, a lot of times, people could not understand Lord Caitanya because his pastimes are so deep, right? So even when he was on the planet, they had to go through a devotee. Not all the time, because he acted like a devotee. But in many cases, they had to go through his relatives because they just couldn't get Lord Caitanya. Just like here, sometimes people have a hard time getting me. You may have to go through a disciple who is getting that. Help you come to the deeper level and understand, because you might have to explain some things to them. They have attraction, but they need a little help, a little.
They have attraction, and they need to hear from somebody who received it that it really
Yes,
works.
they need to see the witness testimony of how it worked for you and all of that, because they're in a similar position. For them, they need to get that mercy. So you went through the door, you become the shepherd of the sheep that want to come in to the family. So you show them by example and teaching and realizations and ecstasy, and people who accept your association make great advancement. How the Lord set it up. Yeah, go ahead.
He performed his supra-mundane pastimes in Navadvip, hidden from the vision of the gross materialist. He went to different devotees' homes and he engaged in pleasurable pastimes with Nityananda.
He externally did that, right? But he does that internally. He goes to different devotees' homes. This is his home, the devotee's body. And he engages in pleasurable pastimes with that devotee. Even one devotee, there's not one there, there's two. There's the devotee relating to the Lord, and then you have that rasa dance in this world, which is to deliver the conditioned souls, to provide this specific role model to deliver people out of this illusion. You got to come through the narrow gate. You got to come. The narrow gate is the authorized, the bona fide, the anointed, whatever you want to call them, the person divinely inspired by that transcendental Lord, that pure Lord. They've been purified enough. They've been through enough deserts like Moses and like Jesus, where the Lord is accepting. They've been through enough fire that the Lord can use them to deliver his devotees. And devotee means out there on TikTok if you're a devotee or not. A lot of people, they're still interested in material stuff, and they scrolling around. But if you want to be delivered, ultimately you have to go through the narrow gate, which is the bona fide representative of that super mundane Lord. He's not a material Lord. He's not Klaus Schwab, or Bill Gates Lord, or a Trump Lord, or a Biden government official, nor is he a religious pope, a religious guru who's just religious and still blind. See, that Lord will come as a devotee. See, and they've surrendered enough, they went through enough fire, and the Lord uses them to deliver you. And you become like, deliverance is, you become like them. You be not them, you'll be yourself. You'll be like them in an intimate relationship with God forever. That's what they do. They give you freedom. They're not tyrants. Tyrants is in the material world. They force you to act. It forces you to submit, to conform. That's what we're dealing with now. This big tyrannical world now, world leaders. They want to force you to conform. Here, it's up to you. I mean, I'm just preaching the truth. I'm preaching this book. I believe this book and these books are the real door into the infinite happiness and bliss of the spiritual dimension. I'm committed to this. I love sharing this because anybody who believes in this preaching and is also catches the bug and the inspiration and all that, you're free forever. This is really just like, I mean, we're here, we're reps of Lord Caitanya, man. He's the only meaning of advancing in spiritual life. And to give a clear purport on that, attachment to Lord Caitanya is the only meaning of advancing in spiritual life. Because how can you get love of Krishna, which is that love that he came to give? And now in 2023, he is only giving it through his real associates. And they're very rare here. If you're going to get it, this is probably the only place. I say probably, I'll leave it open. But unless you hear this kind of preaching or see this kind of preaching, see this kind of ecstatic devotion, hear these conceptions, you're not getting into the kingdom of Lord Caitanya and Radha and Krishna. You won't know what the Garden of Eden is. It's only propagated by those who know what is the Garden of Eden. What is this close relationship that Adam and Eve had with God? And demonstrate that on this planet, on the stage of this world. It's the only possibility to get this practically. And what do they teach in Vaishnavism? Oh, do big 1 lakhs and do austerities to get this. Well, good luck with that. Lord Caitanya kicked the brahmachari out, who was doing all kinds of austerities to attain Krishna. That's why I'm a little bit hard on, these guys that are stuck on this thing. But let me go listen to this old Vaishnava, man, who teaches the path of trying to attain Krishna by chanting big lakhs and all this stuff. See? We got Krishna. We got Lord Caitanya. We got God here, man. It's really true. You stay here. If you have a desire for the real truth, if you're a real truth seeker, well, prove it by staying here 30 or 60 days. And I'll show you things that you can't even dream about. You cannot get from 1,000 teachers here in this world. Check it out. But if you don't have any greed, you're just caught up in this Maya, your mind is all over the place. You can't. Somebody will out there on TikTok. Maybe there's one person, 2 people who are really greedy for truth, really want to know the truth. Is there a God or isn't? Speak to you. Facebook too, we speak to you guys out there. If not, go out there and chant your dry names of God. If that's good enough for you. Ain't good enough for me, ain't good enough for Lilita. We don't like dry. We like wet. We like to wet our whistle with good, intoxicating beverage of the holy names of God.
We know it is here, and we invite people here because we can't invite them to another place. We can't send them to another place because we don't know any. So if somebody knows another place, tell us.
Yeah.
Let's associate then. It would be nice.
Yeah, but I highly doubt. People say, you think you're the only place? Is this the only place to get real bhakti? Could be.
Yeah. Show us another one.
Yeah, I mean, could be. I mean, I haven't seen anything better. If I've been to India and I've been to the holy places and all that. A lot of people can't go, so it would save you a lot of trouble, You can't go there as many times as I went already. Come here for 30, 60 days, and the Lord will prove it, because if it's provable, it'll be proved here. If God is really with this fool and these other fools out here, these transcendental clowns, then he'll show himself. He'll clown around here and make you really happy, make you smile. That's why that Christian lady, she can, hey, you can't be so happy. You can't feel, I can't help it, man. I live a very auspicious life, man, because of my relationship with Lord Caitanya. I can't dredge up anything negative. I don't even feel positive. I just feel this bliss, And they
Yeah.
still, they can't understand.
It's another kind of being positive. It's not from this world.
Yeah, it's not of this world. It's the peace, not of this world.
It's a
It's the love, not of this world. It's a purified version of peace and love, and a deeper soul peace. You know, because you get peace in the mode of goodness. Peace in the mode of goodness is you can do rules and regulations and austerities, and there's a kind of peace in that when, you know, for after you get it down. You can get peace going up to the mountains, you know, and go under amongst the trees and the lake, right? A nice calm lake and a peaceful, not a bunch of noise. But this here, you can have peace anywhere. Well, as long as it's not too much terrible noises distracting. But basically, this is the peace that's deeper than all of that. That's why this peace, once you get this peace, once you get this love, you can never be satisfied with material loves. This romance thing, romancing, you know, this, yeah, this Christian also, I told her, I said, maybe I'll find you a boyfriend or something, you know, because she's, I just want a romance, I want a romance. He's still into romance, still believes in romance. You know, there's nothing like romancing God. My God, man, that diminishes. That's why you need taste, man. You need to taste something more pure than falling in love with a man or woman. And God, my God, there's so much edge with that. So many problems with, so many responsibilities.
lamentation.
Huh?
Lamentation.
Lamentations. It's like having a dog. Even this Christian lady. Great preaching with her today. You know, it's like she was talking about a dog. You know, it's like having a dog. You know, really, it's like you got to walk it, you got to take it out to pee, you got to take care of it, you got to feed it, you got to do all these things, all because you don't love the reverse, God. You know, even she was freed from this. Her daughter dumped the dog on her, man. You know. She's just, I don't want, I'd like to be free. And what if I got this dog, you know? I said, well, that's what you get. You have a daughter, your dog comes along with daughters, you know, and they dump the grandkids on you, right?
In the past, Guru Maharaj, in the past. Huh? In the past.
Yeah, in the past. Yeah. Depends. It doesn't become a past thing when you're still in the illusion, you know. You don't have a higher taste. Yeah. So this is the thing. This is why this is so delightful. Pure love, man. Pure peace, deep love, deep transcendental blissful happiness. You know, freedom from the cycle of birth and death. That should be a good motivator. And you don't even think about it. You know, mukti, liberation, people are striving for. They want to be liberated, all this. Salvation, they all want. You don't even think of salvation and you're saved, you know? I like it. What a wonderful path. All you do is you and Lord just are together and you think he's thinking of being liberated? Well, you start to think like him. You're so close to the Lord, you think like him. He's not thinking of trying to be saved, right? Yeah, well, you don't think like that either. And you're automatically saved like he is. The modes of nature don't touch the Lord. Hey, this is a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 2, Adi Lila. Love it. The Lord is not affected by the modes of nature, nor those who take full shelter of him. We teach you how to do that. The modes of nature, passion, ignorance, and even goodness. People are, the whole universe is bewildered by these modes. He's changing modes, always giving you some level of miseries. But the more we take shelter of the Lord, transcendental nature, we get like that kind of nature also. And therefore we become also unaffected by the modes of nature, or less affected. And it becomes less and less and less and less. And you just get more and more bliss. It becomes less and less effect. That's beautiful. Where are you going to get a path like this, TikTokers? Come on, man. Where are you going to get such happiness? You think all these people telling you, scaring you to death, man? Klaus Schwab is going to go put you in a 15-minute city. Klaus Schwab's going to force you to get the little Klaus Schwab. You know, even the people, you know, they're trying to fight it. They just, well, we got to raise awareness, but everybody's afraid. What are you going to do, man? Well, this is what to do. You want the best solution? Anybody out there that has some ears? The best solution is come to those who are liberated souls, liberated in this intimate worship of Lord Caitanya, Radha Krishna, and universal idea, this love of God, love of Krishna, love of Christ, whatever particular form of the spirit form of God is. You're liberated in that. This is such a wonderful path. Maybe the only really deeply practical path out there for many different people. Anybody can come. If any religion, you want to go beyond religion, this is the place. If you don't want to go beyond religion, you think religion is the ultimate goal of life, well, stay with the big organizations, the big churches, mega churches, the mega temples with the big followers and big following, where you learn nothing but superficial things. That's all they can deal with. That's all they know. But you want big love, big peace, big knowledge, deep knowledge. Oh, this is a great place for that. I would say the best place for that, but we don't want to blow everybody's mind. Maybe we do. This is the best place for that. Go ahead, Lalita, read on.
This is interesting what Eric says.
Okay, read.
I read first, sorry.
No, read. No, read what Eric said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He said, they were talking about the dog when you Freddie said first, by lack of relationship with God, you search it in a dog. And then he said, and a dog can be a good friend and lots of fun, but then the dog dies and you never see your God again. What then? And I experienced this with my husband. I was very attached. And then he left his body. And then your whole world falls apart because he was my God. That was my God.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, nobody to the paralyzed guy, right?
Yeah.
Paralyzed? Oh, yeah. Boy, that talk about work. It's like people with their dogs, you know, same thing. You know, their dog dies and they had all that work they had to do, and they get bonded by your seat. You're bonded by your service. That's why you come and serve here just with your ears. Oh man, what the benefit you get? You find true love, eternal happiness, eternal bliss, you know, deep transcendental, exceptional, what do they call, confidential knowledge of the absolute truth. Okay? Everything's upgraded. See? Yeah. And then this God, the opposite of dog, right? God spelled backwards is dog. This God never dies. Always deeper love for that Lord. He always comes back, you know, and always deeper. You know, this is the zone, man. There ain't anything better than this in the world, especially on TikTok.
Yeah. It's a big difference between eternal and material, temporary material and eternal transcendental. Now I really know what a big difference that is. I really feel safe from that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is so, and Krishna never dies, and it's always increasing. This love, this relationship is always increasing. So
yeah, I mean, this is the best thing. That's why you see it has to be demonstrated. Otherwise, nobody knows. How are you gonna, you know, it's just in the book. Your gurus don't show you this. The teachers don't show you this. The Pope doesn't show you what this dynamic relationship between your soul and the Supreme's soul, which we're all built with. The thing is, it just has to be awakened. You got to be with an awakened one to be an awakened one. There's no other practical path. That's why they come here. That's why they're known as saviors. Anybody being saved knows what I'm talking about. You realize, my God, I came into the association of this person and I'm experiencing being saved, man. I'm learning the real truth. The truth is setting me free. Wow, my relationship with that Supreme Lord is real and is really taking shape. Wow, I feel so grateful. See, that's the kind of guru you need. That's the kind of spiritual teacher you need. Otherwise, it's just a big show, external. Oh, you're so great. Great about what? What has he done for you? What has their association done for you? Here we have witnesses. See, people stand up here because they're getting an encounter with God, with truth. So in other words, it's bona fide. It works here. That's how Jesus spread his movement, was through witnesses. That's the most convincing of all. Otherwise, people will rather stay in all kinds of illusions and lesser paths. You need something strong. You need such a strong person where you can see this person got something, man. Something deeper than all these TikTokers and all these, these blah, 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 something deep, something true, something real, something permanent.
Substance.
Substantial spirit. Can you explain to me what Caitanya is? Okay, Lord Caitanya was, he was an incarnation. They consider him, some people thought he was just a saint, and he was. But some people went deep into him. They think this is an incarnation of God, like Krishna, or Radha in Krishna, actually. So, just is a very, so Caitanya, actually, if you go into the meaning of the word, Caitanya means life force. So Lord Caitanya was actually, his name was Sri Krishna Chaitanya. So Sri means, it represents the devotional potency, the spiritual potency of bhakti, devotion. And it's related to the absolute truth. And so Shri is the devotion, and the Krishna represents the absolute conception of the absolute truth. And Chaitanya is the life force. So he had this name, Lord Caitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, which means basically, or one meaning, is his life force was this love of Krishna, this devotion. And he came to relish that and to spread it too. Is it tied to Hinduism? Yes and no. It came through the Hindus or through India, but it was for everybody. Just like now, we have people from all walks. Some people haven't even heard of Hinduism much. They heard of it, but they don't, they're not like connected with it. But they come here and they get the benefit because it's universal. See, this is the thing about truth. If it's the real truth, it's for the welfare of everybody, not just Hindus or Christians. See, truth is for the welfare of everybody. Even the verses we have in Srimad Bhagavatam. This beautiful Bhagavatam is not materially motivated. See, the highest truth is the highest reality, the highest truth, okay, is reality, highest reality distinguished from illusion, for the welfare, not just one person, two people, three people, one class, other class, for everybody. See, everybody needs to hear the truth, and if you respond to it, if you want this freedom, do you want this ecstasy? Do you want this peace? Do you want this happiness? Well, this is the way you get it quickly. Otherwise, there's so many people preaching and sharing and teaching so many things. But here, you got a teacher that has that peace and has that happiness and has this ecstasy, has this knowledge. So they're experienced. So you're going to get the result quicker. Yeah. You're not going to like blind teachers and with a bunch of blind followers and you're one of them. Okay? Without this devotion, this love of God, love of the absolute truth, you're more or less blind in this world and can't help anybody very well. The Lord can deliver people really well through his real devotees who have real bhakti and he's deeply connected with. And that's just a logical fact. That's the kind of teacher you need. Somebody really used by the most intelligent personality of God. And they prove it. If you get purified, you'll be able to appreciate that more and more. It's usually you even got to get purified to appreciate such intelligence. Go ahead, Lalita.
Okay. So, he went to different devotees' homes and engaged in pleasurable pastimes with Nityananda, Gadadhara, and other associates.
Yeah, if the Lord is really with somebody, you're going to see the Lord's pleasure, man, because that means they're engaging in the pleasurable pastimes of the Lord. Well, how does that show up practically? Chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. The devotee is chanting, and the Lord is his name, and they're communing, and you see the effect of that. You see the tears and the ecstasy, the intimacy, all of this is the pastimes of the Lord with his intimate devotees. And if you see that, you see the highest reality. You may not understand it right away, but you at least saw it. You at least see something that is beyond the veil. See, and you get purified just by seeing it. Okay? And then you stay with that and you learn deeper understanding. Wow, this is what life is all about. It's to be truly happy permanently, to relate intimately with our source called by different names. But when you're in touch with it, this devotion awakens, man, and you're just in this deep trance of communion and the greatest happiness which you can't even conceive of. But we have the equipment for it. The only practical way is to be with an experienced devotee who has real devotion for that Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they know that personality and can explain that nature and personality of Godhead to others so that they begin to get it. They begin to get this relationship too. You become as good as Guru without thinking about, I want to become as good as Guru. That just goes along with the territory of relishing the way that Guru relishes. Just like me, I didn't get this position as spiritual master, as a Bhaktivedanta, which is like blows people's mind. How can you be Bhaktivedanta with a T-shirt? At least it's orange. Can give me that, huh? Yeah, it didn't even ask for it, man. It just came spontaneously. It just came from what I teach. Just keep relishing, man. Keep tasting, man. You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free from all of that. And then the Lord, I need a guru. I need a spiritual master here that won't get polluted. Here, I'll send this person to deliver my disciples. Hey. And it'll all be bona fide. Like I got the order of Prabhupada in a lucid dream. Krishna came to my second disciple, and confirmed everything. My own experiences confirm everything. Then the books confirm everything. And it doesn't stop there. And then my disciples who have been listening to this attentively confirm everything. This is ironclad argument. This is so solid. You'll never. I would find it very hard to believe, to find anything more solid, any more solid spiritual truth than what is here. It is confirmed in so many ways. It's better than the Bitcoin confirmations. You know, Bitcoin confirmation, they put a lot of value on that confirmation. That's why it's so safe and so strong. You know why? You get confirmation. They call it blocks. You know, 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 20 blocks, 30 blocks. So nobody can doubt that this is a real transaction. This is the upgrade of Bitcoin here. Okay? When you get confirmation like this, man, no one can really doubt. That's where you spend 30, 60 days. No one can doubt this because we got confirmation of the Guru's experience of the absolute truth. See? You got the books, you can check it yourself. You can see this person is a living example of the book. Okay? And then you got the witnesses who say, yeah, man, listen to this crazy guy, but man, it ain't so crazy. It's crazy wonderful. Like people fall in love, they've been like crazy for this guy or gal, right? You become crazy for the absolute truth, crazy for God, crazy for Krishna, whatever you want to call. Who is your deity, man? Is it the beloved? Are you a Sufi? Is it Allah? Is it Christ? Will you be more in that? Crazy loving that personality, that transcendental being.
Yeah, by your association, we all get spiritual experiences and revelations, etc. By your association, it's happening. It was not there before, and it's increasing and increasing. The more we associate, you're giving us a spiritual life, so you are my spiritual master. It's very clear.
Yeah. Well, that's the way the Lord works, and it just naturally. You know, the devotion, if you're a devotee, and, you know, like to actually come here, you must have something like that inside. But that'll increase here because this is like, you know, you're planning something. Say you got this devotion somehow or or you desire it. But if you plant yourself in this field here, see, it's just going to grow because we got the right soil and fertilizer and everything here for that devotion, that bhakti, those truths to grow more and more and more. Especially, look, it's like we're in this bubble, and around us, the whole world is more or less polluted. You know, and we're in this bubble of like, yeah, it's kind of like hydroponics. You know, you want to grow something that's not meant to grow in a certain environment. You ever seen that? They have hydroponics. You got a special atmosphere created, a bubble-like thing with a special conditions and everything so you can grow that plant. That's what we're doing here with this love of Krishna. It's not meant for this world, really, because this is a prison house. It's not meant to be in a prison, right? But, you know, the story of Christ, where was he born? In a barn, man, with a bunch of beasts. So we're doing something like that. That's how powerful this is. Yeah. We got those beasts inside. The barn is our bodies, man. It's our temples. There's a lot of beasts in there from associating with all this stuff in this world. All these crazy ideas, this bad association. Yeah. So I read some comments there. See if we got any comments.
Amy says.
Amy said, I like that.
Amy says, exactly. This is very clear to me that all of this amazing grace is happening for me directly as a result of association with Srila Gaura Haridas. Yeah. Very, very clear.
Yeah. See, she's an experienced person. She's associating, she listens attentively, she attends regularly. What's the result? That. You want those results, people out there? Follow the footsteps of her and others who are doing like that.
It is really happening. Another proof, another witness. It is really happening. This spirit is delivered. This prem is delivered here. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is the ultimate treasure. You know, what do you know, on TikTok, you go and look, I get realization about this. People are selling something. I mean, you know, probably well-intentioned, you know, they're telling you, oh, do this and you get a better body. Do this, you'll heal your body. Do this. And they're all trying to contribute something healing. But you know what? It's all body, material body, material body, material body, material mind, you know, become more wealthy, you know, something material. See, we're also selling something, but this is a really different, this is not a religious thing. There's also people trying to sell you Jesus and religion, and it's all mixed in and everything. But this is pure truth, man. This stuff is powerful. You know, and I'm just trying to convince people it's free and materially, you don't have to pay anything. You just come regularly to these programs that we have here, and you can get this. See, this is the treasure here, is this relationship. Everything is in this. It's like I use that golden goose analogy. Everybody's chasing after the opulence of the goose. You know, everything comes from the goose. Everything comes from God. Everything, literally everything. So everybody's chasing after the stuff that comes from the Lord, that's created by the Lord. The opulence is gold, money, silver, Bitcoin, even. All of the chasing, all these things. Exclusively. See? But a person who is, you get this association here, you chase after the source, the goose, and you capture the goose. See? And that, from that Lord comes everything. And then you see that, oh, that stuff is insignificant. I just wanted you. I just wanted this relationship. That's the whole purpose of life. I'm just telling you on TikTok, the whole purpose of life is this relationship with the divine, with the divinity. If you get this, you will be fulfilled. You will be happy. You will not be hankering for the stuff that comes from the golden goose God, the Lord, the supreme being. You realize, oh, that's just it's like byproducts. See, byproducts. You may get them. Like I have some byproducts here. I have some Bitcoin. I have some this or that. I have a nice coffee maker, you know, and have some coffee. See, these are all from the golden goose. Yeah, but they're not. I know they're from the golden but I have this relationship with that supreme source. That is best of all. That's what I'm here to share with people. You don't have to give up your dogs or your cats, so don't misunderstand me, or wives or husbands or boyfriends even. I'm not here to teach you how to be a good Vedic follower of, don't you have a boyfriend? No. Yeah. If you come here, you come here, boyfriend or no boyfriend, I don't care. Just by coming here, there's no prerequisites other than your desire to be here. That this makes sense to you, and you want it to make more sense, but you got to get purified. Okay, read something else there.
Pani says, this is the best of all words from all angels of vision. I'm sure. Oh, I need to go. Now it jumps away. Just a minute. Sorry. Yeah. I'm sure I'll get my desired truth, taste for holy name here from the bumblebees headed by you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you see, he's a householder, yet he comes here and more regularly now. He's seeing value in that. See, so that's why the Lord doesn't, and he has experiences with Krishna, and he's happy. See, the peace in the heart, because the Lord's very happy that You can stay in your, see, going by the verse, remember your verse you read yesterday? Ramananda Roy said, those who give up your speculations of the impersonal or anything, you give up your speculating on everything, and you go and you hear from self-realized souls. That's what we teaching here. You hear from self-realized souls about the truth, the absolute truth, the name, the fame, the pastimes, qualities, personality of God, that actually God in that way. Then you can be in whatever ashram you are, or not even in an ashram. You could be a household, you could be a sannyasi. You're going to get the same ecstatic devotion. See, practical, isn't it amazing? I live by these statements in the book. Where are you going to find that? You think these gurus are living by the statements in the book? You think, no, they tell you the opposite usually. You know how many people are saying on Facebook, oh, don't have a dog, don't have a dog, you can't have a dog. Prabhupada said you can't have a dog. They're fighting over having dogs or no dogs. See? Srivas had a dog. Lord Caitanya didn't say get rid of the dog. The Muslim got love of God. He was a beef eater. And the Lord didn't say, well, to have love of God, you got to stop eating meat.
That was also the first commandment of Jesus. Love God. First of all, love God. Be devoted to the Lord.
Yeah, everything comes from this. And whether you're going to remain a vegetarian or eat meat or something, it's up to what you need to do for yourself, There's no perfect diet. One thing I learned, there's no perfect diet for everybody. And you just get confused. People, they just, do this, eat this, don't eat this. And it's just, you just gotta, you gotta just get in touch with what you need in life and just go for it. Whatever it is. Because you're not going to attain love of God by being a vegetarian or a vegan. You're going to attain it by association with a devotee who has attained love of Krishna. I don't care whether you eat meat or vegetables or tofu burgers or beef or whatever you're eating, even though there's actually sin in everything. But if you come here, you'll attain love of God, love of your source.
It's about soul connection with the Lord. It has nothing to do with what you put in your stomach.
Yeah.
It's about that other stomach.
I mean, that's the quick way. And that's the Lord wanted to teach that because he wanted to teach the quick way. But you know how many people are stopped from coming here because they're offended if somebody eats meat or something? They say, they can't have the real path, right? Because Gohari allows people who eat meat to come. That can't be the real path. See, they're stopped by that.
Somebody left for that.
Yeah? Who? Who?
I'm not saying in public. I will tell you.
I want to know. No, publicly. Tell me.
Malini. The Italian lady. Don't you remember her?
Oh, yeah. She left. Oh, really? Oh, see? Well, that's a stumbling block. See? And so the Lord, I teach what the Lord taught on this level because there you go. There's an example. Somebody left this amazing association.
She said that's the minimum that you can do, that's be a vegetarian. She was really
Well, she wants to be the teacher. So, that's why a lot of people, they want to be the teacher. I'm teaching the essence. That's why, this is the highest truth. Reality distinguishes illusion for the welfare of everyone. Not just the vegetarians. That's not just the minimum. Oh, you're a big teacher, Malini. No wonder Krishna got rid of you. You think you know better? Okay, go out there and think you know better. At least we have deep friends here. See, what is it that makes it run here? Conclusive truth. Otherwise, can you imagine if she was here and preaching that? It's like a stain. Preaching, that's the least you can do. And then somebody could come along, oh, the least you can do is ecodicy, man. Otherwise, you're not doing anything. See, all this bullshit, man. Sorry, man. No, it doesn't wait for all of these things. That's that path. You know, Vaidhi, you want to be a Vaidhi, stay a Vaidhi? Well, stay. Can you imagine that Malini won't come in this association? She doesn't understand the value of ecstatic devotees. See, that shows you. See, you're caught. That's a contamination, and it has thwarted you from the association of ecstatic devotees. That doesn't even make sense. It's not even logical. Not even logical. You will give up ecstatic devotees because of what they eat or don't eat. My God, is that material? Is that a mundane idea? Yeah. But that's what they teach in the basic levels, you know. It's what you eat, it's what you do, it's what rules you follow. You're more advanced if you took initiation 3 days before another person. It's so material. They call that material Vaishnavism. No, we just do go by the book. Highest truth, reality distinguished from illusion for everybody. That means the meat eaters, the vegetarians, whoever will accept it. Matter of fact, if you're eating meat or beef and you come here and you take this association, you'll be more advanced than 1,000 Malinis. Because she's caught up on that. She doesn't come with ecstatic devotee association. I know she does. There's no association like this anywhere. So she's outside of that. Maybe Meena made the same determination. Okay, see, all stuck on the rules. But anyway, that's why you see, you got to take the shiksha. Either you become a shiksha disciple or not, you know, and you don't advance. Look at Prabhupada's godbrothers. They wouldn't take shiksha, many of them. No, they knew all about bhakti, right?
It's offensive towards Lord Caitanya because it's lack of confidence in his mercy. Real lack of confidence.
You don't know the concepts. You know, Lord Caitanya said to Nityananda, you manifest pure devotional service of Raj Bhakti even to the lowest persons. The lowest persons eat meat. Oh, how proud she is. Unbelievable. She's been to Mayapur. She hasn't even seen what's going on. You know, the devotees of Lord Caitanya there, they got fish markets. Chickens, fish, they're eating. Thousands of market people, all the big, and they're devotees of Lord Caitanya. How proud these people are. They think they know all about bhakti. It's all pride. Not conclusive at all. Same thing, you go to Jagannath Puri, fish markets, chickens, butcher places and everything, all over Jagannath Puri. But these ISKCON devotees think they're so, and all that stuff. You can worship God in any position. Come here, you'll get God, and you'll change. You see, I don't tell people how to change materially. It's between you and the Lord and your own time, man. I'm not here to teach you how to tie your shoes, man. Just get this relationship going, and everything will get clear. I'm here to connect people, not to turn people away. Because you ate that? Oh, that's the least you can do. See, what kind of teacher are you? Very small. Very, you need a little chastisement. Get your butt in gear. Well, else you probably never will watch this. Because, there are devotees here who don't even do the least thing that's so important because I'm a big teacher. See, it's always that. They want to instruct Guru on how to be and how he should teach and all that. No, I teach the way the book does. Isn't this in the book? Didn't I tell you the way it is in the book? Is it a way? No, that's only on Vaidhi level, which is not clear. Be a vegetarian. Be a Brahmin? How many Brahmins are there really in this world? You want to spend your whole life to work on being a Brahmin, and then you die still in the modes of nature. Whereas our Sudras come here and hear these deep conceptions of the absolute truth and become ecstatic devotees, and you worked your whole life to become a Brahmin. I met so many people like that in ISKCONs and these groups. They want to spend their whole lives to become a perfect Brahmin. And you know what? They don't even, and they studied the Bhagavatam and don't understand nothing. They don't understand that the sages said, we don't want to spend all our time to become Brahmins and follow all the rules of the scriptures and everything and spend our whole lives doing that. You teach us, you experienced devotee who has got a real relationship with the Lord. You give us a fast path. He said, all right, sit your ass down and listen to me. Okay, we'll spend 1,000 years. I guess they lived a long time then. We're going to do 1,000-year sacrifice. Just listening to you, it is the best path. You just listening to you, we're going to know all these little nitpicky things. It'll move aside the fat butts of these rule. People think you're going to attain God by what you eat. Even St. Paul busted that one. See, move it aside. Got my point, but it was good.
That's not important what you eat. That's what it's not important.
Yeah, it's just
For your bhakti.
It's the essence of truth that's going to set you free. Truth will set you free, the essence. But you could see how that is a stumbling block, that idea that she has. Stumbling block for what? To miss this association. And people are small-minded like that. They have small ideas and they preach them as big. Oh, this is so big. Oh, you got to at least do that. Oh, yeah, but you just thwarted your own advancement because that is stopping you from associating with the greatest devotees that I've seen on this planet, with ecstatic devotees and all that. Your little small idea. So therefore, that ain't conclusive. God doesn't think like that. Only small-minded human beings. You want to be more broad-minded? Well, that happens with an intimate associate of the Lord who shows you the broad-mindedness of God, the extraordinary mercy of Krishna. Isn't that what we preach here? Isn't that what we demonstrate here? The extraordinary knowledge of Krishna, extraordinary conception of God in his deepest form. Extraordinary ecstasy is manifested here. Extraordinary bliss. We do extraordinary here. We do intense here. We too deep here. And you're going to give that up by, that's the least thing has deviated you from this. So many like this. So that's the path it is here, man. You come here, listen 30, 60 days and make your own conclusions. See, she never came very much. See, that's the problem. Not enough greed.
She was there for a while and then she stopped communicating with me. Suddenly it was finished.
Yeah, she would go into these temples and had faith in these gurus and stuff. Yeah, it's all, yeah. But anyway, she did what she did. Maybe Yeah, go ahead.
There is a nice comment of somebody who says, I want to say something. And his name is Bhaktatom. He wrote, I want to say something.
Yeah, I was waiting for the proper moment to say something because I'm so enthusiastic and you are so conclusive. So I didn't want to.
Yeah. Go for it. Let's put you up in the star of the show here. Go ahead.
Okay. you were talking about Bitcoin, and I felt the weak link is the intermediate. Yes, there are some banks and some governments, and they say, no, you cannot trade directly into Bitcoins. So they want to get into that.
Yeah, tax collector.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And the opposite of the tax collector is the bona fide guru, the bona fide acharya, the bona fide someone who brings you in connection to the source without conditionings.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the pure connection. So yeah, and Amy also talked about it. It's about that's the real link, and they continue offering you the false link and the tax collectors. Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. So you have to come here in this association. This is why the association is so important. This is not an association of material tax collectors, but this is these people. They know the connection, and the nectar is going like a flute through them. So they are the real distributors, and that's the difference. And a lot of people, they don't see the difference between that inconclusive tax collector, that that with all the yeah, I really get annoyed when they're even they come even with additional conditionings. Yes. And then I'm really getting mad. Yes. Like you can get this from me, and yeah, and then you come, and then they have your permission. Yes. And then they say, yes, but this is an additional additional what's the name, conditioning. Yeah, you have to, there are some additional rules and additional rules and additional rules, and you become more and more imprisoned by their methods, by their rules, and you become more and more poor, and you don't get the real connection to the real source. And here you can get it without the additional conditionings. I really become very, very mad and crazy if they become with adding additional.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it just, there's no necessary. All we need is truth. Truth will set you free as it is. That's all. And that comes from this kind of clarity here. Yeah, we're in the great place. I'm really happy to be here. I just say, well, you're lost for people who don't, that are so small-minded like that. You're lost, man, But that's just how it is, because it is their loss. Yeah. See, they're not seeing things clearly because this association is the main thing.
Not capable to see main issues from side issues, actually.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it is. All right. I feel like I need to take a little rest here. I got up a little early or something. Okay, so let's play the song. Yeah. It's great reading there, Alita. Let's play this one. See, the sun is truth, man. Here comes the sun. We need it, man. Yeah. The conclusive truth is the sun for our world. Otherwise, not bright enough.
Here comes the sun. It's alright.
I'm saying bye to TikTokers. Bye, TikTok.
It's alright. It's alright. Sun